morning and welcome to May the 1st, Mindset Monday. Today is going to be a really exciting day as we prepare one day closer to the Unscripted event. If you have not yet gotten your ticket, I know we have some attendees here in the room with us now. If you haven't gotten your ticket, go over to theunscriptedevent.com and get your ticket now. They are only $1,500 for 2 jam-packed days where we guarantee you will leave with 10 times the investment that you come in with. Guaranteed. So this morning, we are talking about do not compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 100. See, we are all at different levels of our life, different stages of our life and business. Do not look at someone else and how much more advanced they are than you and compare yourself to where they are at. We all start at different times. We all come in with different goals, dreams, and visions. Know what yours are. And just like we talked about a couple weeks ago, be willing to pivot. When change needs to happen, make it happen. When you need to do something, add something, be something, do it. Add it, be it. Now, when I say be something, I'm not saying change who you are. There is nobody better than the true, authentic you. And people will see through being inauthentic. Couldn't get the word out the other way. So know exactly who you are and be that true person. Always bring your A game. Always give 100%. When you are looking at someone else that is more advanced, okay, let's use as an example, there is one person, multiple people, but one person in specific I look up to as far as personal development speaking goes. That's Tony Robbins. How much would I drive myself crazy if I looked and said, well, Jonathan, you're doing the unscripted event and you allow 15 people max in there now. And he's putting on arena shows at 15,000. That wouldn't be a fair comparison. He's been doing this as long as I've been alive. That makes him really old. But you know, there are other people that I look up to and respect. Greg Reed, he's one of my mentors. And I get to enjoy and be on Zoom calls with him on a weekly or every other week basis. In fact, last week he brought Les Brown on the call with us. So we got to sit there and chat with Les Brown, got to ask him some questions and have him pour into us. Again, both of those guys have been doing this for a long, long time. I'm not attempting to be them by any stretch of the imagination. However, there's somebody to look up to. I am not comparing where I'm at with doing what I'm doing, whereas I'm relatively new in the space from the standpoint of doing it as my full-time gig, I guess you could say. As you know, I've been self-employed for 20 years now, but really doing this and pouring into people on a one-on-one basis and a group basis, it's relatively new for me. Of course, I've been doing it for those 20 years with employees and clients and things of that nature. But yet, your Les Browns, your Greg Reeds, your Tony Robbins, they've been doing it for decades and decades and decades. So when you come in to your space, be the authentic you. One of the big things that I tell people that know me personally, know me off stage per se, that know me on the other side of this computer, I say, hey, keep watch on me. If you ever see me being inauthentic, if you ever see me putting myself out there as somebody that I am not, Point it out to me quick. You know, oftentimes businesses are grown or started out of desperation of some type. I started the pressure washing business out of desperation from the standpoint of I saw the guy that I was working for, he was taking advantage of people. He was charging them for things that were never even happening. And I just knew if he was doing so well being dishonest, I could do much better being honest. I really transferred over to this space for much of the same reasons. I've been at seminars and masterminds, and I am the type that I push myself to the front of the line. I want to get to know that person on stage. I want to know who they are in real life. And there were many of them that I saw in real life that the person that they were on stage and the person that they were off stage, not even close to the same person. And that is one of those things that pushed me into this. Again, same concept as the pressure washing. I see a need and it's time to fill it. Don't misunderstand. I am not taking shots at the people I'm speaking of. I am just speaking in general and saying this industry lacks accountability, authenticity, integrity. I see those needs and I'm all about filling them. When you stay on track with where you're supposed to be, and when you keep pushing forward, opportunities come to you. For those of you that watch me on social media, you will see that over the past over the past month, I have had 13 different speaking engagements. And coming up in a little less than 6 weeks, I will be on stage with some legends. Greg Reed is one of them. And we will be speaking to a church of 10,000 people. That's exciting. This really came to be truly because I was being who I am. The person that invited me to that saw me off stage. They saw me behind the scenes. They saw me at a restaurant when nobody else was around. Again, do not compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 100. Know what you're doing, why you're there, and what you are called to do. You know, God calls us all in our own specific ways. Some of us he calls to be a nurse. Some of us he calls to be a doctor. Some a speaker. Some pastors. Some people are called to help people lose weight. Whatever you're called to do, give it your all. Your chapter 1 may look like it is going slow when you're looking at other people's chapter 50, chapter 60, chapter 100. Don't get disheartened. Don't give up. Keep pushing forward. Just like Ken says, some people like Ken are called to be incredibly good looking. So good looking, in fact, that he's not on camera. There's something not right here. I'm
having technical issues with my camera this morning.
The reality is, follow your dream. Follow what God has called you to do. Be there and step up. Step up. Step up. God calls us all for a life of health, wealth, and abundance. And don't misunderstand me. I'm not here preaching the prosperity gospel. But what I am saying, though, is if God walks on the streets of gold, do you think he wants you to be beaten, battered, and broken? Welcome, Ricardo, the newest member to Thought Provoking Change. He officially joined last night, so welcome to the call, buddy. What is your chapter 1? Where are you at in life? Are you called to speak to people? Maybe you're called to write books or to do a podcast. Again, we are all called for different things. How you impact someone is not how someone else will impact. Use your voice for good. I could say something to you and Michelle could say something to you, and you may resonate with her and not me, even though we're saying the same thing. You just can connect there. Lisa may bring a different word than somebody else in the group, and it just hits you like a ton of bricks. We all have our own unique styles and abilities. This Wednesday, we're going to do our very first hot seat Wednesday night. Now, what that is y'all have received information to say what you want to do in life and what your holdups are, where your hangups are. We welcome every one of you on Wednesday night. If you are a member, if you're not a member, go join now, thoughtprovokingchange.com/opportunity, and submit what you want to talk about on the hot seat. Now, how this works is you come in, you say where your holdup is, and everybody will pour into you to help you past where you're stuck at. This community is all about everybody raising the bar for each other. When we take each other by the arms and we say, let's go, I believe in you, you can achieve this, you can make it, you're going to rise a lot faster. When you have people to hold you accountable, it's going to come to pass. Personally, I'm a very self-motivated person. Yet I need accountability too. As you all know, I'm doing the 75 hard mental toughness challenge. And one of the things is 2 workouts per day. This morning was very challenging for me. Lisa, you asked me yesterday, what's the biggest challenge? This morning, I couldn't wake up. I set my alarm and I hit the alarm button. Kate could tell you how many times, because I'm sure it probably woke her up every time. Love you, babe. And she doesn't make me sleep on the couch yet. Yet, what really pushed me through was when my daughter came upstairs and she was standing right next to my bed. I didn't even realize it. And Kate said, baby, are you going to exercise? I said, yeah. And she said, well, Nevaeh's here waiting on you. How can I not do it when one of the 3 most beautiful little girls in this entire world is standing there waiting on daddy to get up and show up? How can I fail when I am putting my daily journey on Facebook and social media for everybody to see? Or when Lisa and I reach out to each other every single day. Hey, how was your day this, day that, day that? We are 20% of the way in, which means we only have 80% to go. Rock on, Lisa. You've got this, girl. Personally, I put my journey on social media so people can watch. Not that I need the attention. However, it really helps out when I go to Walmart yesterday and every single chocolate candy bar looked like gold to me. Every one of them. And I'm lying if I say that a thought did not go through my head. Nobody's around. Nobody that knows that I'm doing this is watching me. Yeah, I might be on Walmart cameras, but they're not going to call me out. I can just have this chocolate bar. Nobody needs to know. And then I got to thinking, I told Lisa, I said, you know what? God's watching us. That was probably a week ago that I said that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am being watched. And for those of you that are wondering, no, I didn't have the chocolate one. Right now, Lisa and I are on chapter 15 of this 75 chapter book. I am in another group, and somebody put on the group page 3 days ago, who's doing 75 hard? People came back. I'm on day 29. I'm on day, somebody said 44. Lisa and I cannot compare ourselves with that woman who's on day 44, chapter 44. You just have to know where you're at and stay focused on where you are at. Then you won't lose focus for anything. So always keep pushing, always know where you're at. Wednesday night, when we're on the call, it's going to get very personal with a lot of people. People are going to be sharing holdups in their life. The beauty to it is, we are better because we are one. This group as a whole helps each other rise, helps each other keep pushing on. And that's what Wednesday night is going to be about. If you have not filled out the form, we'll get it over to you. Put something in the chat and let us know that you have not received it, and we'll get it emailed out to you. Camille, Michelle, Juanita, can y'all keep watch on that? We'll get it emailed out to you. Fill that out. I'll see it, and that's how we will work Wednesday. Everybody has those walls that they come up and they beat their head against. It might be something as simple as a chocolate bar when you feel nobody's watching. It may be, hey, I need funding for a business. I know I have no clue how to do it. How do I level up my business? How do I go from this level to this level? Let's work on that Wednesday night. And then you'll be able to turn around and come back and say, hey, I made it past this point. Wednesday night's going to be very similar to a one-on-one or a group coaching experience. You will have multiple people to pour in. And the beauty is, we are all at different levels. You learn more, you learn different because of that. Sometimes when you are like me and you've been in business for 20 years, you might lose sight of some other ways to do things. That's where somebody that's brand new in business comes in to help out. That's where we all win. That's where we all advance forward. This is not about coming in and saying, hey, how many people can we have here? It's about every person here growing, every person here advancing, every person here getting to that next level. So we're looking real forward to connecting with all of you. Again, if you have not yet joined, join now. Full disclaimer, the investment to join is going up potentially today. Just as soon as my web guy gets everything changed around, the investment is changing. So today is going to be your best day to join, because once you are in, your price is locked in as long as you're a member. So what are you hung up with? What is stopping you in your tracks right now? I want you guys to really ponder that question over the next couple of days. Get the form filled out and sent in to wherever it gets sent to be honest with you, I'm not even sure. But the instructions will be on the form. Fill it out, send it in. I will see it, and we will address each thing. And if you want to fly under the radar, so to speak, just let us know. Hey, I don't want to be called out by name, and we can just address your particular subject and work on it as a group. Again, we're all here to raise each other up. We're all here to encourage each other and to see everybody win. We have so many more exciting things coming to this group. I told some of the people that were on here early, this week alone, I have 15 hours worth of meetings with various people to add more to this community. We're in our infancy, which is a beautiful thing. I know y'all have heard me say this before. We come in slow, but then we scale fast. Everything is about foundation. Everything is about getting the right people in at the right times. It's one reason why we don't aggressively push the group very much. Because I want the right people in here right now to help build it up. So that when we do have the people and we really start pushing it, they're in here and they're taken care of. It's not a numbers game to a degree. It is a numbers game. It is a numbers game from the standpoint of the more people that are in, the more people we impact. The more people that are in, the more lives we can change. The more people that are in, the more people we get to influence. The more people that are in, the more people we get to love on. It's not about numbers from an ego standpoint to say, oh, look at us. No. Everything is about impact. Everything is about helping each other out. Y'all get ready. Y'all get prepared. I know we had a vision call 6 weeks ago. We're about to be doing another one. Things are excitedly changing. And we're going to be unveiling that very, very, very soon. We have an amazing, amazing group here that's with us. Obviously, as you know, we have more members. They're just not with us right now. And that's beautiful. Because everybody that's here, you are the cream of the crop. I know every one of you guys personally. And you guys are the exact group that we need in here to grow, to level up, to touch more people's lives. I was on an amazing conference over the weekend. I don't remember who hosted it. Juanita, do you remember who hosted the captain? You don't remember either? No, Juanita was the host. Phenomenal event. Mucho props to you. You did such a wonderful job. Al Kareem, it is a pleasure to see you. He was also, I think he was the speaker before I was, wasn't he? He was on right before me. Did an amazing job. Y'all got to hear him speak sometime. Hey, maybe once he joins Thought Provoking Change, he'll speak for us. He's a dynamic speaker, really good at his craft, very, very intelligent man. But the thing is, just getting out there and impacting people. I was on stage at somebody's event. Hey, what was that? June of last year, July, somewhere around in there, June. And I had a message put together. And I did my best to make it 100% about business. When I got off stage, I had multiple people say, "You did really good. That sounded really churchy." And I remember making the comment to my wife, I said, I attempted to not do that. And then I was on a Zoom call with Spencer Raskoff, who started Zillow. I didn't do that same speech with him, but he asked me, he said, "Jonathan, you go to church?" I said, "Yeah." The thing is, no matter how much I attempt to get away from having my stuff sound churchy, that's been my life for 40 years. I'm not going to make an apology for it. I want to help people, touch people, impact people. And that's my flair to it. It is all about lifting people up. It's all about staying accountable. staying accountable to not have a chocolate bar, staying accountable to pushing forward in your business. This is the most exciting thing I think I have ever done work related, because we truly get to touch people's lives. That's what it's about. So again, we look forward to seeing you Wednesday night. We're not really going to have a whole lot of back and forth time this morning, as we only have a little over 4 minutes remaining. However, if you have any questions about how Wednesday night will look, you may ask them really quickly and I'll answer them in the allotted time. For those of you that are new with us, I am very strict on time. We start on time and we end on time. I have much respect for you guys' time. So is there anybody that has real quick questions about Wednesday, the hot seat, how it works, or how to ask your questions? Nobody? Perfect. Perfect. It's pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. We're here to help you win. We're here to help you grow. And remember, this morning's Mindset Monday was brought to you by the Unscripted event. Coming up May 20th and 21st, we are just a few short weeks away. For those of you that are here live, I'll go ahead and tell you it's going to be here at my house in Cumming. On the website, it says the Atlanta, Georgia area. Of course, I'm not putting my personal address out online for people to see. However, once you get your ticket now, you will see all that information. So we look forward to seeing you here May the 20th, May the 21st, where we will bring to you what you need. Between Dean, myself, and everybody else that's going to be in the room, not only will you get some phenomenal lunches, which is included, you will also leave knowing exactly how to implement what you learn. You are coming here to learn and also how to use it. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. We could pour into you everything you need to know, but if you don't know how to use it, it does no good. When you come to Unscripted, you're going to leave with an action plan. You're going to leave knowing exactly how to implement what you are learning. That is our promise to you. When we open up the payment for the next Unscripted event, May 20th and 21st, one of the people that was at the last event had his ticket purchased within seconds. That's because he came to the last one and he knows what it did for him. We're looking forward to seeing you all May 20th and 21st. But before then, we'll see you Wednesday night. If you have not yet joined Thought Provoking Change, come out from under the rock that you're under and join. You can find it at thoughtprovokingchange.com/opportunity. And again, get in there now because the investment for joining is going up as soon as my web guy has updated everything. So join. We will see you guys Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody be blessed. Have a great week.